Hey guys, T2 out here. Welcome back to the Time Preparedness channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going through a piece of gear that I just quite don't understand. I've seen multiple 72-hour kits, get home bags, bug out bags that have this piece of gear in it. I'm going to be going over 5 reasons why I think honestly you should ditch this thing from any of your kits. Reason number 1, you cannot see how much water is left in the hydration bladder. So when you get thirsty, you bring the straw, you take a sip. You get thirsty again, you take another sip, and it's nothing but air. I don't like that feeling of not knowing how much water I have left when I'm 6 miles away from my next water source. I use a basic water bottle with a Z-Packs water bottle holder. Now with this setup, I can tell you exactly how much water is left in this bottle. Now I know, okay, I've got 4 miles until my next water stop and I've only got half a bottle left. I should probably conserve my water a little bit. I can physically see how much water I'm consuming and if I need to conserve it. You can't do that with a hydration bladder. Reason number 2 why you should not carry a hydration bladder. You ran out of water, how are you going to fill it up? Your answer is probably going to be simple. Well, I'm going to take it out of my pack, find a water source, and fill it up. Actually think about the process that you have to go through to fill up your bladder. With most packs, the bladder lives inside the bag, with the straw being ran out and down your line. To refill this bladder, if it was inside of my pack, so I'm going to have to feed the hose back in, then I'm going to have to pull the bladder out, go fill it up, then stuff it back in, then rerun the hose. Now, that doesn't sound that complicated, but think about it for a second. I don't want to put dirty water in this bag, neither. So there's 2 ways that I can filter my water. The first is by using what most of y'all preppers have is a Sawyer Mini as a inline water system filter. I think this is probably one of the dumbest ideas that you can do. Everyone compares the Life Straw to the Sawyer Mini. And everyone says that the Life Straw is terrible because you can only function it one way. And that is by sucking your water through. Well, when you put your Sawyer Mini in line, you've essentially created a Life Straw. There's only one way to get water, and that is to suck your water through this filter. I don't know how many of y'all have actually tried to suck water through a filter, but it's not very fun. It's like drinking a milkshake through a coffee straw. And it's going to be a workout to even get your mouth wet because there's so much pressure that has to make the water go through here. Guys, you're going to blow your damn teeth out. So the second way to get clean water to this bag, you fill up your little 16-ounce bag, you pop the top, you put 16 ounces of clean water in here. Then you go back to the water source, fill your bag up again, back to here, back to there, back to here. You'd have to do this 4 times for a 2-liter bag. You'd have to do it 6 times for a 3-liter bag. Before I started this video, I wanted to find out how long it took to push 16 ounces of water through the Sawyer Mini using their Sawyer bags. It took me right at 55 seconds. So that is 4 to 6 minutes that you're going to have to stop at a water source. That's not counting getting this out, getting your hydration bladder out, opening it up, filling it up, putting it back in. Let's say you have to stop between 6 and 10 minutes to get that whole process done. Do that 4 times a day, that's 40 minutes of stoppage. But if it is a bug out situation and you are trying to get somewhere as safe as possible, you don't want to have to stop for 40 minutes a day. Let's say you've got somebody trailing you. You don't want to stop for 5 minutes just so you can fill up your water bottle. So the third problem that I see with hydration bladders is the way that people are putting them in their bags. This bladder is empty. This bladder is super flat. This bladder takes up no space at all. This is the way that people put these in their bags. Then what happens is they stuff their entire bag all around it. So they'll put their gear, they'll put their knives, they'll put their guns, they put their ammo. Their bag is busting at the seams, but they have no water in their bag. So you go, you fill your bag up. Now your bag is 4 times the size that it started out. Now, all of the guns, gear, and ammo that you've got piled up against it, busting your bags already at the seams, what are you going to do with it? You cannot physically shut a bag that's busting at the seams, and now you just added 4 times the size to it. If you're going to put one of these in your bag, fill it up. Then you can judge how much extra stuff you can carry, because then you can physically see how much room that this thing takes up when it's full. Because when you add water, you're going to have to take half the crap in your bag and throw it on the street. You're going to have to leave it at home. You're going to have to leave it in your car. The 4th reason why you should not carry a hydration bladder is they are not durable. This water bottle, if I throw it on the ground, nothing happens to it. I can step on it. The top might pop off, but that's about it. It's still going to be usable. It's still going to be feasible. When this is full, this becomes one of the most fragile items that you have in your bag. If I tripped and I fell and this thing was full in my bag, I'm putting 200 pounds of pressure on a Ziploc bag, essentially. This thing is going to bust. Now, all the water is getting all over my bag. My sleep system's in my bag. My electronics are in my bag. My GPS coordinates. Everything that's ever been important to you could be in your bag, or everything that's going to keep you alive just got soaking wet because you tripped. You had an accident, you tripped, you fell, now your bag's soaked from the inside out. I'm not trusting my life on a Ziploc baggie. And the final reason why you should not be carrying a hydration bladder: you probably didn't clean it properly. Most of us who have used hydration bladders, sure, we've put some water from a creek in here, maybe mixed up some Gatorade powder mixes in here, I'm sure. Then, when you get home, you run a sink full of water, you dip it in here a couple times, and you hang it up. That's not how these things are supposed to be cleaned. There's like a 15-step process on how to properly clean a hydration bladder. When you leave water in here and you let it air dry, a lot of the water does not come out. So now you have water sitting in here that's a month, 2 months, 3 months old. Water droplets create mold. Now you've got mold in your hose. You've got mold in your connection piece. You could have mold all the way in your bag. You go, yep, all right, it looks dry. You throw it in your bag. You go on a camping trip this weekend. You fill it up with water. You start drinking that mold. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an expert. But putting mold inside of your body just doesn't sound like a good time to me. This water bottle, I can tell when it's clean. I can tell when it's dry. I can tell when it's dirty. If I start seeing some black floaty stuff in here, I'm going to chunk it out. I'm going to get me a new bottle. Simple as that. With this, and especially the ones that have the insulation on them, how many times have you checked that insulation? I saw a guy, every time he used his bladder, he got sick. So he cuts the insulation off to look at the hose. He takes it off, and the hose itself, used to be clear, is now completely black. Every time he was getting sick because his water was running through a field of mold before it entered his mouth. So guys, if you do have a hydration bladder in your kit, I suggest getting rid of it. But I know some of y'all are going to want to keep them. So let me know why you want to hold your ground for the hydration bladder. So guys, stay safe out there. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. T2 out.